Trump and his idiot enablers in the Congress and Senate seem not to realize that he won the presidency by one of the smallest margins in our history. He seems to forget that almost 50% of this country he represents, and he does nothing about it except claim that they're terrorists or people who hate this country. He doesn't know what love of this country is. So, what's he done during his presidency? The latest figures are that he has grafted himself $5 billion while he's in president. I think that's this country's money, and as soon as the opportunity presents itself, there should be an investigation to see if that and other money his family has made can be clawed back into the U.S. Treasury. Meanwhile, Trump is claiming that his tariffs have raised a surplus of $18 trillion into our Treasury. If that's the case, why doesn't somebody ask him, what's the difference of $100 billion or so to help pay for health care for the poor, the indigent, the needy? The disabled. Shoot, he's made so much money he claims off the tariffs. That's a pittance that he ought to be willing to do that. Same way he's claimed that drug prices have gone down 1,600%. So I'm delighted to be getting my monthly check. It just hasn't arrived yet because at those figures, the government's paying me to take medicine. So let's talk about the waste, fraud, and abuse that we see so far. Let's keep in mind and don't forget that the Musk and his committee of Dodge the Facts accomplished virtually nothing except wasting time, money, energy, and efficiency in the federal government. I think they said that the money saved is maybe $1.5 billion, something like that, which is they claimed originally they would save $2 to $3 trillion. We ought to keep in mind, by the way, that the Secretary of Transportation, Secretary Doofus, said that he's happy to be supporting building a nuclear reactor on the south side of the moon because that'll save us a lot of money. How and when, I don't have a clue. And they're happy to pay for Musk and some team of people to fly off to Mars. Quite frankly, I don't think it could be soon enough. So what are we talking about by way of money so far that is wasted? First, we know that USAID supplies are sitting going bad in warehouses, and that's $6.4 billion that is going to waste because dunderhead Trump refused to shut it down and won't release the money. I might note, by the way, when he complains about his picture this week on Time magazine, I think he looks like an idiot anytime, but it's the first time because it's looking from the bottom up. He doesn't look like an inverted light bulb. In any event, every time he flies on Air Force One to go play golf, that's $800,000, and he's probably gone to fly to play golf so far this year. I think they said somewhere about 50% of the time. So that's 800,000 by, let's say, 20 or 25. You can do the math. Security is another $436,000 a month for him. He's rich enough, let him pay for his own security. Let's see, some other numbers that I managed to put together from sending the National Guard to various places appears to be at a cost of about $750 million. It's cost us $1 billion to rehab the plane from Qatar, and then Hegseth announced that we were going to build a military base for Qatar in Idaho, but then after there was such blowback from everybody about that, he said, oh, no, they're just going to use part of an existing base. Why we would have people who fund Hamas into the middle of Idaho is anybody's question. Bessent has just sent $20 billion to Argentina. The Trump's stupid parade for his birthday was $30 million. There's $165 million of undesignated funds to the Department of Homeland Security another $100 million for a slush fund for the Office of Management and Budget, and uh, I can't read the rest of my writing, but the list goes on. And if you want to get rid of fraud, waste, and abuse, the first person to get rid of is Trump, because he's the biggest fraudster, biggest waster, and we know he not only has sexually abused people, but he is financially abusing this country. And the people who are letting them do it by giving up their powers in the Senate and the Congress should be ashamed of themselves, because they're every bit as guilty as he is on this.